All right, my friends, welcome back to the channel. We definitely appreciate the support. I got a pretty important topic today. Something that happened in the news kind of prompted me to do this video. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are having a great day. And, today is one of those days that I've been working all day, but I come home and I enjoy doing this. So I figure, you know what? I'm going to live stream here for for a little bit just to talk about this. If you definitely got comments and everything you guys want to say, definitely put it in the comment section below. We got Mateo in the house already. And after the video process, you could come back if you're watching in the replay and definitely put comments as well. So before I get into the video, let me give a big shout out to the victim of an attack, right? And to me, this is always a terrorist attack. I call it a terrorist attack because there's a person that goes out there, a person that just victimize innocent people, right? And it's crazy how some of these people decide to do that. They take advantage of innocent people, in this case, people that are in church, people that are just worshiping God, people that are just having a great time, and they just take advantage of that and they explore that and they kill people. And it bothers me to see stuff like that. It truly bothers me when I see people just taking advantage of all the people that kind of way. I mean, it's just sad, right? It's really sad, and I hate it. But I wanted to talk about that for a couple of minutes here because I really think that church leaders really need to start paying attention to this. They really do. They really need to start making hard decisions, and they really need to start setting up a security plan that is going to help the people, right? It's going to help the congregation that they have. A lot of times we get into this philosophy in a way, that God is going to provide, and we just got to pray about it. And let me tell you something, people. There's a time to pray and there's a time to take action, right? And I think that a lot of Christians and a lot of times they get kind of confused when it comes to this because they continue to make this statement like, I'm praying about this, right? I'm praying about it. I want to get a new job, so I'm praying about a new job. I want to be safe, so I'm praying to be safe. And a lot of times the answer is already being given to you. Right? And this is what I mean. A lot of times the answer has been, the answer to that prayer has been given to you. You're praying for a new job, but God gave you these hands and feet for you to go out there and look for a job, right? You're praying to be safe, but God gave you this brain of yours to make the right decisions and make your family safe. So I try to think about it that way. I try to think about it in a way where I don't just get into a philosophy where, I pray to do this, but I don't take action. A lot of times we got to take action. Obviously, I try to be in prayer every single day, every single moment of my life. I try to spend with God and talk to him about different things. But a lot of times we need to take action on some of the things that we already have because it's already been given to us. Like I say, you're looking for a job. You could pray all you want about a job, but you know what? Maybe you need to stand up. Maybe you need to walk to the corner. Maybe you need to put some applications because the answer has been given to you. God already answered that prayer. He gave you this hand for you to start working. and again, I don't want to get so technical about this. I don't want to get confused about this because this could spark a whole drama. They could definitely spark a whole drama, and I want to pay attention to some of you guys' comments as well, right? Yes, some of the guys still talking about the NFL. I got a lot of heat for that video. A lot of people got mad. A lot of people got unsubscribed, and it's just getting crazy. Again, it is what it is. The real Aaron Collins says the Bible says faith without work is dead. Exactly. You have to work for this. So I have started conversation with a lot of Christians, and a lot of times I'm being actually, I guess, judged in a way, or maybe, being talked to because I'm the crazy dude that has some guns. And even people in my family have to tell me, the fact that you own guns is kind of like a lock. right? You don't really believe in God because you have all those guns. And I've been getting into conversation with some of the fellow people about this, and it kind of upset me, that kind of conversation, because to me, I think it's ridiculous. And at the same time, I've been in conversations with fellow Christians where they say things like, you know what, if I die, it's okay because I go to heaven. And I always go like, what do you mean if you die it's okay because you go to heaven? Where in the Bible it says that it's okay for a murderer to come and kill you, and it's just okay because you go into heaven? I mean, I don't subscribe to that philosophy. I subscribe to the philosophy that we've been given this brain to think. We need to make the right decision. We need to be in prayer. We need to ask the Lord for his guidance, and we need to be prepared to face this place, because this place is scary. There's a lot of bad things that happen in this place that we live right here. And we have to be prepared. Even Jesus says, go and sell your stuff and buy yourself a sword. The disciples came back with 2 swords, and he said, that's good. So I subscribe to that philosophy. So if you're a church leader, or if you go to church, you definitely need to either have this conversation, maybe talk to your pastor, or if you're a pastor, I actually have pastors that are here in the community, and I appreciate your work for the kingdom of God. Maybe you need to think about that. We have had that conversation in our church. We have had that conversation in our church. Maybe we need to think about this. So here's what happened in Tennessee. I kind of went in a rampage here for a minute. I was hoping not to, but I kind of went on a rampage. So what happened is simple. A dude walks inside a church, starts shooting, kills one person. I want to say one lady, and injures 6 people. Now we don't know what's going on. I'll put a link in the description box for you guys if you guys want to know more about it. We don't know what happened. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it is what it is. We don't know anything at this point. For us to say something, it will be just not, we don't know what's going on, right? What we really know is that this guy was upset for whatever reason, and he decided to go into this place and start attacking these people, right? He killed 1 woman and he injured 7 people, had different types of guns. I want to say I had about 4 different weapons with him. So here's what happened. One of the ushers, one of the guys there, one of the members of the church, actually confronted this individual. He actually did. And as this criminal started pistol whipping this guy, a round went off, which struck the criminal, and I want to say his chest. And then that allowed the guy that was getting beat up enough time to run to his car to go and get a weapon. He came back. He was able to hold this guy in place with his firearm until the police arrived. So a couple of things there. Obviously, the dude didn't have a gun on him. It was off body. It was in the car. Really bad place to have it, right? Now, some of you guys in Tennessee, I gotta check some of the comments here. I don't know. I don't know what it is, what kind of laws and regulations are there. Remember, if you guys remember the crazy dude in South Carolina that killed a bunch of people at a church, the church was actually a gun-free zone. A place of worship did not allow firearms in there. So obviously, some of the people that respected that didn't bring guns inside the church. I don't know in Tennessee. Maybe I'm looking some of the comments here. Maybe some of you guys said something. But I don't know in Tennessee what's the deal. I don't know if that's something that is a gun-free zone area, or maybe that was just his choice. Right? Maybe it was just his choice to leave the gun in the car. But if it was his choice, I bet you kind of learn from this one, right? Having a gun in the car is no good. I mean, what are you going to do with the gun in the car? I mean, it's in the car. When he needed it, he couldn't use it. He actually almost died in the process of going getting his gun. I mean, again, the criminal was pistol whipping this guy. Round goes off. Some kind of way struck himself, and that gave the other individual, the victim, enough time to run to the car to grab the gun and come back, right? If the round would have shot, most likely, right? So really bad situation to be, right? So here's the deal. Let me Let me do a couple of things here. First of all, there has to be a security plan. You have to have that conversation with your church leaders. You definitely do. You know, we gotta stop into this philosophy that, you know what, we in church, so this is not going to happen. It is going to happen. In fact, the sheriff here in my town actually talked to a lot of leaders of the church and stated how he was worried about their places of worship because these crazy people are targeting those places, right? Because typically, guess what, guys? You're going to find innocent people there. Typically, you're going to find guys there with a wife and kids worshiping God, having a great time, dancing, raising their hands, having an amazing time, right? Spending time with the Lord. So people are not expecting crazy dude to come in with a gun. So, again, you got to have that conversation with your church leader, right? We have to prepare. We have to prepare. We have to get away from the mentality of, you know, if I die, I go to heaven because I believe in Jesus Christ. Again, I don't believe that's intent that the Lord wants us here. He wants us here so we could spread the gospel. I don't recall any portion of the Bible where it says it's okay for a criminal to kill me. I just don't know that part of the Bible. Maybe you could email it to me. You know, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, not trying to be funny or anything. I'm just saying it's not okay for a criminal to come and kill you because you are a believer. That makes no sense to me, right? God gave us a mind and a spirit to listen to his guidance and to prepare for this. And, you know, it's crazy because in the Bible, he's constantly telling us to don't be afraid. Prepare. Don't be afraid. Prepare. I'm here for you. So you got to establish a self-defense plan. You got to go and talk to your leaders. You got to go and talk to people. You know, here's the thing that I was actually thinking about this, and we actually did this. Talk to the sheriff department. We actually sent an individual of the church to take a course. Like the sheriff department actually gave us a course where they had a qualified individual train and, you know, go through all this information with these individuals about, you know, active shooters and things like that. And then that individual was able to come back to the church and pass that information. I mean, they gave him, it was a lady, you know, former police officer. She got all this information, right? All this slides, all this training material that, again, she was able to pass to church members. So you got to have a self-defense plan. You got to have a security plan. You got to go and talk to the sheriff's department and see what they have. And you need to find good, qualified individuals that you could trust to be part of your security team. I've seen some security teams in some churches that I'm like, wow. I mean, there's a ton of former military. There's a ton of former police officer. There's a ton of dudes that being in the gang, you know, in firearm community that have take training. You know, you don't have to be a military guy, you know. But there's a ton of guys out there that have done a ton of training that could be part of your security team. And not only that, there's a ton of guys that could pass that information into the guys that don't know that much. I mean, again, you know, I saw a security team. The guy told he was like, I don't know. It was like, I'm not going to even get into that. But you got to be alert. You got to be alert, and you got to practice your plan. So here's the reason why I'm doing this video. And I got to look at some of those comments in here. But here's the reason why I'm doing the video. If you're a believer, there is bad people out here. I mean, we know that, right? It happens all the time. All the time. We see crazy people doing crazy things. I mean, it happens every single day. It happens in our streets, or in schools, in churches. I mean, everywhere there is some nonsense and something bad happening. We got to take action. We got to take action. We got to pray every single day. We got to constantly be in prayer. We have to constantly be in prayer. You know, at one point, we have to constantly be in prayer and ask the Lord to protect us. Then we have to take action. We really do. We got to take action, and we got to establish plan that is going to help us. You know, we're going to establish things that is going to help us, you know, the church, the people, your house, whatever it is, you got to take action. You know, you pray, you take action, you seek out former or police officers, church department, guys that know what they're doing so they could teach you. We got to have the conversation. We just can't be like, you know what, I'm a little church, so nothing's going to happen to me. This church in Tennessee is a little church. I want to say about 40 to 50 members. They're all older people. I mean, older crowd. Kind of remind me of my church. You know, my church is about 40 to 50 members. They're all older people. Majority of them are older, right? So we got to have that conversation. We got to stay away from that mentality. You know what? Because the Lord's going to provide. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen. Obviously, the Lord provides. I mean, I don't want you to get technical about this. I don't want you to be like, well, are you saying the Lord is not going to provide? Obviously, the Lord is going to provide. He always provides. He's there with you every single day. He's the only one that's not going to let you down. Your mom is going to let you down. Your father, your brother, your best friend, the government, the Marine Corps, everyone is going to let you down. Everybody's going to screw you over pretty much. The Lord is going to be the only one that is going to be with you all the time. But what I'm saying is that he gave us a mind and his hands to establish a plan, to establish a security plan, to do something about it, not just to sit down there and not do anything about it. You know, it was a preacher that came to the church and she was telling us a story, and she said, you know what, this lady prayed for like 20 years about this, and then she died because she didn't do anything about it. So I like what Pastor Mike says. Pastor Mike says sometimes, you know, there's a time to pray and there's a time to do things. So, all right. I think I went in the rampage for about 17 minutes and 57 seconds. I apologize for that. So if you guys enjoyed this video, if you enjoy it, click like. I definitely appreciate that. You guys are awesome, and I really, really appreciate that. If you want to support the channel, you can always become a Patreon, and I, you know, appreciate that as well. As you know, YouTube likes to demonetize all our videos, and that's what they do. Actually, I got to go through the list of videos that I have because they just demonetized a ton of them. One of them was why I did a video a while ago called Why God is in Control, and they demonetized that video. Come on, man. You know, really? I was talking about God. How can you demonetize that video? But they do. That's what they do. So, but anyways, it is what it is. Big shout out to everybody out there. Mateo is in the house. Rod is in the house. Collins is in the house. Fully Awakened is in the house. Let's see. Silver Stalker. I don't even pay attention to the comments too much. I apologize about that. I was in the rampage here. But I see that you guys are having your own conversation, and I really appreciate that. Jesus is God is in the house. I appreciate that too. Appreciate your support, sir. I Jump is in the house. Semper Fi Jarhead, my brother in arms. How are you? I'm doing great, sir. Thank you for asking. And obviously, always awesome to see you here. I love when I see Marines in here. I love when I see everyone, but I dig it when Marines show up here, because if Marines approve what I'm saying, I must be doing something okay, because Marines would tell you when you are messed up. That's what they do. They will call you out so quick. So when I see a Marine agreeing with me, I'm like, it may not be that bad what I'm saying. Santos is in the house. Big shout out to you, ma'am. Richard is in the house. Mateo says, I won't even go to the movies without a gun. I don't go nowhere without a gun, man. It's a lifestyle. And you know, and like what we talked about it in so many different times here, we have done this. Once you make it a lifestyle, it's just part of your life. It's just as simple as picking up your cell phone. You don't even notice a difference. But yeah, guys, Abandoned 12 is in the house. Big shout out to you. Sir, I appreciate you being here. Gary, too. By the grace of God, that gun went off. No doubt, man. I mean, really think about this. This guy is pistol whipping this guy, so I'm assuming that he's doing like this, maybe with the. I don't know how that gun went off and struck himself in the chest. I just don't know. But I like what the guy said. Yeah, I like, you know, and that church, I mean, I was reading some of the news, and that church seems, looks like they're filled with the Holy Spirit, because the first thing they did was to say how it sounds like you two. Not really sure what's going on. I haven't had any issues. I haven't had any issues with the stream since I switched to this computer right here. I'm running 2 computers, and I did that to mitigate that. So I'm running the stream through this computer, and I'm watching the comments and everything else through this computer, and it seems to be working okay so far. I like OBS, the way that I'm streaming. I like it a lot, and I like the new setup with this camera. The quality is amazing. So I'm digging how everything is showing. So again, I think I'm about to cut it up, guys. I appreciate everybody watching. Some of you guys out there supporting the channel, thank you so much. You guys are really, really great, and I really appreciate that. I mean, your support to the channel is just fantastic. I just can't tell you enough. So again, guys, appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. We got videos coming up all the time. I've been doing a lot of live streams, and if you guys like the live streams, let me know, because I will continue to do them, and I really dig them. Really nice to be able to come here and share some information with you guys. I really love it. So again, let me know what you think. Put comments down below, and as always, God is in control.